Now, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf founder Imran Khan has issued an ultimatum to the government, warning of a civil disobedience movement if his party's demands are not met by the 14th of December. He's also announced a grand gathering in Peshawar on the 13th of December to pay homage to those who were killed during PTI's Islamabad protest. Now, Imran Khan has also demanded for the release of political prisoners who are facing trial and the establishment of a judicial commission to investigate the events of the 9th of May in 2023 and also the 26th of November crackdown in the PTI protesters. He's announced a 5-member negotiation team to discuss these issues with the government. Now, Imran Khan has given the ultimatum to the government, stating that if the demands are not accepted, then a civil disobedience movement will be launched from the 14th of December. The PTI has said that at least about 12 of its workers were killed and more than 1,000 were arrested during the protests. The government has categorically denied using live ammunition against the protesters and has said that 4 law enforcers, including 3 rangers, and a policeman were killed during the protests. This comes as the former Prime Minister Imran Khan was indicted on Thursday on charges of inciting attacks against the military in a case stemming from anti-government rallies led by his party last year. Now, more than 100 individuals have been indicted in the case. The opposition leader in the National Assembly, Umar Ayub, and Punjab's former Law Minister Raja Basharat were taken into custody after the judge announced his decision. A Pakistani court has also issued a fresh arrest warrant against Imran Khan's wife Bushra Bibi in the Toshak Khana graft case. Now, Imran Khan and Bibi are accused of illegally selling state gifts during Imran Khan's tenure. Now, according to the prosecutors, these gifts included a gold-coloured AK-47 gun, very expensive watches, and a complete diamond set. Now, in the midst of the fresh warrants and her husband's renewed call for protest, a video shows Bushra Bibi resurfacing after her whereabouts were unknown following the final call protests in Islamabad. Now, Bushra Bibi was seen meeting the family of a PTI worker who was killed during the protests. Pakistan's army has called for strict laws to be implemented with respect to free speech, as the military feels that polarization is growing under the disguise of free speech. At a commanders' conference in Rawalpindi chaired by Pakistan's Chief of Army Staff General Asim Munir, the military leaders raised concerns over quote-unquote growing unethical use of the freedom of expression in Pakistan. Meanwhile, the chairman of Pakistan's Telecommunication Authority has denied the existence of any policy causing slow internet speeds in the country. This comes as several internet users have accused the government of deliberately slowing down to crush dissent. All right, now to help make sense of what is happening in Pakistan at the moment, we are joined by WION's Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik, who's joining us live from Islamabad. Anas, it's interesting that Imran Khan, who's at this moment in a prison, in Diyala prison, has issued an ultimatum to the government with a set of demands. Now, how likely is the Pakistani government willing to engage with Imran Khan and his ultimatum?
At this point of time, it doesn't seem like that the Pakistani government is in any mood to engage with Imran Khan or to take his ultimatum seriously, and that is why we have not seen any significant reactions. In fact, any reactions at all coming in from the government on the tweet and on the ultimatum that has been given by Imran Khan. Remember, he has called for a civil disobedience campaign to be launched in case if his demands are not met. And what are these demands? Number one is he's calling for the release of quote-unquote all political prisoners, and number 2, he's asking for a judicial inquiry into the events of the 26th of November, which the PTI alleges that there was straight firing, that there were shots fired, live ammunition fired, whereas the government maintains that there were no shots fired. Imran Khan has also called for a rally in commemorating or in memory of the loss of his workers on the 13th of December in Peshawar, and he said that in case if by then these demands are not met, then he goes for civil disobedience. He's also nominated a 5-member committee, but in case if he takes that route of civil disobedience, this will not be the first time, Saleh. In fact, in 2014, I remember during his 126-day-long sit-in, Imran Khan had called for civil disobedience, and then 4 months onwards, he had quipped out of it itself by paying electricity bills himself.
Right,
Saleh?
interesting. Now, the Pakistani government has also said, the military establishment, that there has been a misuse of freedom of expression within Pakistan. Can you tell us more as to what exactly was said and why was it said that freedom of expression is being misused by certain elements within the Pakistani society?
Well, what we have seen is that there has been an organized campaign, what the government says is being directed from abroad, and there's even evidence of that emerging as well, where pictures, doctored pictures, AI-generated images have been used to sort of credit or discredit the Pakistani military with regards to the events of 26th of November when the PTI workers stormed in, and there have been quite a lot of fake news, especially on online platforms. The reason the military top brass got together yesterday at the formation commanders, and the ISPR said that they have expressed concerns with regards to this unchecked or unfiltered freedom of expression. Though it is also pertinent to mention that freedom of expression and freedom of assembly both are an absolute right under the Pakistani constitution. It is not a gained right, it is an absolute right. So it would be interesting as to what measures the government takes or the government plans on taking with regards to this statement coming in from the military top brass.
Interesting. We'll of course have to wait and watch as to what of course happens. Thank you very much indeed, Anas Malik, for joining us with those details there.